get started in child's pose today. So bringing your toes to touch, knees to mat with distance, hips sit back towards the heels. And just walk your hands out in front of you, let your forehead come to the mat. And then just let your eyes close. Start to settle in here. Allow your breath to slow down and deepen a little bit. Allow any distractions to melt away from the mind. Start to observe the path of your breath, your inhales and exhales. See if you can slow them down a little bit and let your breath move not only into the ribs, but the sides, back, and belly. Take just about 5 more breaths right here. Final round of breath. On your next inhale, come up to all fours, tabletop. Make sure the wrists are right underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. We'll move into our active cow and cat with the legs. So as you inhale, find your cow pose, dropping the belly, arching the back, and then pull the heels in towards the glutes to start to activate the hamstrings. Then exhale, tops of the feet come to the floor, curl into your cat, and press your shins, feet, and hands into the mat. You can even hover your knees to activate the core. We'll take that a few more times. So inhale, drop the belly, bring the gaze high, hug the heels into the glutes. Then exhale, curl into your cat, maybe hover those knees to activate the core. One more round, inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes high, heels in. And exhale, curl into your cat, hover the knees. Bring your knees back down to the floor, find your neutral spine. We'll inhale to reach the left leg back behind us. Walk your hands to the left a quarter turn, finding that gate latch pose in the legs. As you inhale, bring the torso vertical, shoulders over the hips, arms to your capital T. Then exhale, left hand to left leg, right fingertips reach up and over. Just find your nice side bend here, really finding space in the right side of the body. Take one more inhale here. Now as you exhale, it's half splits to the back of our mat. So keep turning towards your left leg, bring your hands to the floor, then pivot on your right knee just so that leg is aligned underneath you. Flex your left toes towards your face, pull your left hip up and back to square everything off, and try to reach the spine forward. You've got about 4 breaths right here. Two more breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, bend into your left leg. Keep your right knee down for now. We'll inhale to Anjaneyasana. So just reach the fingertips high. Feel the pelvis sink heavy towards the floor and that nice stretch in the front of your right hip. Take one more deep inhale here. Maybe find a little back bend. Then exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. Tuck your right toes. Knee comes off the mat as we activate the leg. And inhale, step your left foot back to high plank. We'll hold on to this high plank for a moment. As you inhale, lift your right leg off the mat. You can keep it low, just make sure it stays parallel. You should get some activation in the glute and hamstring here. On an exhale, gently bring your right leg down again. We'll do that on the left. So inhale your left leg up, activate the back of it, hamstring and glute. Then exhale, release that foot down, and then let your knees come down to the mat. We'll move to our gate latch on the other side. So extend your right leg back behind you, toes stay on the floor. Walk your hands a quarter turn towards the right. As you inhale, come to your capital T, shoulders align over the hips. And then exhale, right hand to right leg, left fingertips reach up and over. Find that space in the left side of your rib cage, nice deep breaths in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, half splits towards the front of your mat. Hands come down. We pivot to face that right leg. Square everything off in the hips. So pull your right hip up and back. Flex the toes towards your face. And you've got about 4 breaths here. Just finding that length in the back of your right leg. Final inhale. Exhale, bend into your right leg, setting up for Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach the arms high. Feel the pelvis heavy. That stretch should be happening in the front of your left hip. Take another inhale here, maybe a little back bend. And then exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes, activate the leg, kneecap comes off the mat. Inhale, step your right foot back, we're in high plank again. Now this time, just exhale to your downward dog. So lift the hips up high. Take a moment here, pedal out the feet, any movement that feels good as always. Notice how the calves feel today, how the ankles feel, the shoulders and hands. One more breath of whatever movement feels good. Now find stillness in your dog, lengthen the heels towards the mat, press the palms into the floor and try to open in the fronts of the shoulders a little bit more. Bring your gaze forward, step your feet to the top of your mat, hip width distance for our ragdoll. Take whatever variation in this ragdoll you'd like today. So have that nice bend in the knees, hang the torso. If you want to add a twist, if you want to interlace the hands behind the head, your choice, whatever feels good to release the spine. Take about 2 more full breaths here. Final inhale. Exhale, release your arms from wherever they are. Keep the bend in the legs. Start to roll up through the spine nice and slow. We meet all the way at standing. Once you reach vertical, take a big shoulder roll up and back, and then step your feet together underneath you, finding Tadasana, our mountain pose. Keeping this feeling of spacing out the bottoms of the feet so that they have full contact with the floor. The legs are really active here. The core is strong. On an inhale, reach your arms high, let your gaze follow. Then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to bow your chin, close your eyes, set an intention for your practice this morning. We'll seal that intention with a breath. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Seal the lips, breathe in and out through the nose, finding your Ujjayi breath. We take 5 full Ujjayi breaths right here, starting to generate heat within the body. Two more breaths. Final breath. And blink your eyes open, maintain this breath as we start moving. Inhale, reach the arms high, finding your Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, find your forward fold over the legs. Inhale is our halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, plant your palms, step back into your high plank. As we inhale, we find our belly down chair. So bend the knees, press with the arms, keeping them nice and straight. Legs are really active here. We exhale immediately to our chaturanga. So shoot the legs forward, bend those elbows. Make sure your body stays rigid like a plank. As you inhale, pull the chest through, come to your upward facing dog. Kneecaps are off the mat. And then exhale, send the hips high, downward dog. 2 full breaths. Bring your gaze forward, travel your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch underneath you. Inhale is our halfway lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, stand all the way up, fingertips reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. And then we exhaled forward again to our forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, high plank, plant the palms, step the feet back once more. Now this time adding a twist. As we inhale, find your belly down chair, but twist your knees to the left side. So you're kind of revolving in the body already. The legs are still really strong, arms are straight. On your next exhale, we shoot forward into our chaturanga, untwisting the body. Inhale is our upward facing dog, really open through the chest. And then exhale is our downward dog. 2 more full breaths. We have 1 more round of our Sun A, so bring your gaze forward, step your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch. Inhale is our halfway lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, stand all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Then exhale, right back down again, Uttanasana. Inhale is our half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Then exhale, high plank. Plant the palms, step the feet back. Now we twist the opposite way this time. So inhale, belly down chair, knees point to the right side. Your exhale is your chaturanga. Unwind and bend the arms all at the same time. Inhale is our upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more full Ujjayi breaths right here. Bring your gaze forward, travel your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch. Inhale is our half lift, lengthen, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend the legs, reach the arms up nice and high, sit nice and low in that chair. Exhale, your right arm back, left arm forward, twist towards the right. Inhale, both arms back up. Then exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, twist the other way. Really oppose that with your right hip. Inhale, both arms high one more time. Then exhale, Ardha Utkatasana. Bring the chest low over the thighs and reach the fingertips back. See if you can shift deeper into the bend of your legs. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands towards the floor, release through the legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Then exhale, traditional vinyasa. So just moving through your chaturanga, upward and downward dog. Really try to connect with your breath here, as slow or as fast as your body needs to move today. Nice, you guys. Once you reach your downward dog, inhale, right leg high. Take a moment to open the hips, bend the knee, just finding that little stretch at the front of the right hip. Try to keep equal weight in both hands, so if everything shifted to the left, try to bring it back to center. On your next inhale, straighten the right leg, square off the hips. Then exhale, right foot steps through between the hands, setting up for warrior one. Left heel comes to the floor, and we inhale, reach the arms up. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Find that length in the lower back so you can activate the front of the body. Another inhale here, maybe a little back bend. Now as we exhale, it's low lunge to the back of our mat. So pivot towards your left, bend your left leg, and bring your hands down to frame the foot. Good job, you guys. Keep that right hand planted. Inhale, left fingertips high, simple twist here. Imagine you're in a side plank, even though we're not there right now. So press that right hand into the floor and find lightness in the shoulder. On your next inhale, find a little more length. Then exhale, horizon lunge. Sides of the feet come to the floor. Hover your hips off the mat, reaching your left fingertips towards your right foot. Inhale, hips lift up again, fingertips reach high. Then exhale, tuck your right leg underneath you, coming to our seated twist. So your left leg will be crossed on top of your right. Your left hand will come behind you, and the right arm will either come around the left leg or hook to the outside. Inhale, find some length through your spine. Then exhale, gaze over your left shoulder as you start to twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Final inhale. Exhale, gently release your twist. Gaze goes towards the back of your mat. We step on our left foot as we inhale to lift the right leg to 90 degrees. Fingertips stay on the floor on this round. As you exhale, it's our low lunge. So bend your left leg, right leg lands behind you. Inhale your left leg back to high plank. And exhale, take your vinyasa. Move through your flow. Once you reach your downward dog, inhale your left leg high. Open the hip, bend the knee, take your moment on this side to find that stretch. Notice if your weight shifted all to the right hand and right leg. See if you can bring it back to the middle. One more round of breath. Inhale, straighten the left leg, square off the hips. Exhale, step through between your hands. Right heel grounds down for warrior one. We inhale, reach the fingertips up. You have your extra breath this first one, so bend nice and deep into that left leg. Check on your squareness. Check on your activation of the low abs. Another inhale to maybe find a gentle back bend. Then exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. So pivot to your right, bend that right leg, hands frame the foot. Keep them nice and strong. On your next inhale, right fingertips reach high, twist towards your front leg, press the floor away from you with that left hand. As you exhale, horizon lunge, outsides of the feet to the floor, hover the hips, reach that right hand back. Inhale, lift the hips. Now as we exhale, we bend the left leg underneath us, right leg on top. We're in our seated twist to the right. So right hand comes behind us, left elbow to the outside of the leg or wrapped around. Take an inhale to find length. And then exhale, start to twist, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Final inhale. And exhale, gently release your twist. Gaze comes to the front of your mat. We inhale to step on the right leg, lifting the left leg to 90 degrees, fingertips on the floor. As you exhale, it's your low lunge. Right leg bends, left foot lands behind you. Inhale to your high plank. And exhale, Vinyasa. Move through your flow. Reconnect with that breath. Once you reach your downward dog, take 2 full rounds of breath right here. Bring your gaze forward, travel your feet to the top of the mat, toes come to touch. Inhale is our halfway lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana again, reach the arms up nice and high, sit low in those hips. As you exhale, it's right arm back, left arm forward. Now you can start to work to a deeper twist by reaching the left hand to the outside of the right foot and hooking that elbow to the outside of the knee. If you want to work into your first arm balance of the day, your chance is side crow. So whatever variation you like to practice in your side crow, feel free to start to make your way there. If you're not ready for your arm balances quite yet, you can practice hovering your left foot off the floor in your twisted chair, giving yourself a little standing balance challenge. If you're in side crow, you have 1 more breath. Side crows, bring both feet to the floor. If you hovered a foot in your twisted chair, bring it back down as well. We all meet in our twisted chair. Inhale, both fingertips high. We're back in our traditional Utkatasana. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, twist your opposite direction. Now start to reach your right hand towards the outside of your left foot, finding your deeper twist on this side. Now again, same options. You can either practice hovering your right foot off the floor, or if you feel like doing an arm balance, feel free to work to your side crow. If you're hovering your foot, try to squeeze your legs together. Same concept as in side crow, actually, keeping the activation of the lower body. Side crows, 1 more breath. If you're hovering the foot, place it back down. Side crows, bring your feet back to the floor. We all meet up in our twisted chair. Next inhale, unwind, reach both fingertips high again. Then exhale, hands come behind the back, interlace the fingers. You're almost done with your chairs. Inhale, reach the hands to the floor as you open through the chest. Then exhale, find your Ardha Utkatasana with your bound arms. Now today we're working towards drinking bird. So start to shift your weight towards your toes. Lift your heels off the mat. This might be your stopping point. If you want to take it a step further, keep squeezing your legs together. Try to keep your contact of belly to thighs and start to straighten your legs. Gaze will be on the floor. Tailbone is lifting high, hands are pulling away from the tail. You have 1 full breath wherever you are. Final inhale, if you straightened your legs, start to bend them without dropping the heels. And then exhale, bring your heels down. As we inhale, we release the bind, reaching the fingertips high. We're in our traditional chair 1 final time. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs, finally releasing them. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, Vinyasa. Plant your palms, move through your flow. Once you reach your downward dog, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep, find chaturanga arms. On your next inhale, back to your three-legged dog, straightening the arms, right leg goes high. Then exhale, step your foot through between your hands, setting up for warrior one. We inhale to reach the fingertips high, square off the hips right away. Our exhale takes us to the back of our mat for our low lunge. So pivot the same way you did before, bring your hands down to frame the foot. Keep your right hand planted, inhale your left fingertips high, twisting towards your front leg. Exhale, horizon, outsides of the feet, hover the hips. Inhale, lift the hips up again, reach your left fingertips high. Now we're finding side plank, grabbing the front of our left knee with our left hand. So bring your hand to that knee, start to shift to your right foot and right hand. Once you have your left foot off the floor, see if you can carry your leg to the side of your body, imagining you're in a modified Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. One full round of breath here. Final inhale. Now keep hold of your left knee. As we exhale, we're bringing it forward to our lizard. So carry your left leg all the way in front of you, eventually bringing it to the floor. Let your left hand come down inside of your left foot. Your right knee comes to the floor. Untuck the toes. Take whatever variation of this lizard you would like. So you might come to your forearms. You might grab your back foot in a quad stretch. You have 5 breaths. Final round of breath. Gently come back to your hands or release your foot if you had it. Bring your left foot in a little closer to your left hand and tuck your right toes so the knee comes off the mat. From here, inhale, walk your hands a quarter turn to your right, finding your high skandasana. So both feet are planted flat on the floor. You're bending nice and deep into your left leg, feet are parallel. From here, bring your hands to heart center, but keep your torso parallel to the floor. We'll take 3 rounds of breath right here. Final round of breath. Now on your next inhale, we're finding warrior 3 at the front of our mat. So shift over to your right leg, pivot on that foot. Your hands can come to the floor to get there. Then shift your weight forward and lift your left leg to 90 degrees. When your legs feel strong, bring your hands to heart center. Now in the past weeks, we've been working on tapping our back toes to the floor. Today, we're gonna work on bending our standing leg while keeping our back leg lifted. So take an inhale on this warrior 3. Exhale, bend your right leg, keep your left leg where it is. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend the right leg. We have 1 more round. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Final inhale to straighten. Bring your fingertips to the floor and exhale to your low lunge. Left foot comes all the way to the floor behind you. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, Vinyasa. Move through your flow. Take 2 rounds of breath in your down dog. On your next inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Find chaturanga arms here. Really support yourself with your body. Inhale, 3-legged dog again. Straighten the arms, send the left leg high. And then exhale, step your foot through between the hands for warrior 1. We inhale to reach the arms up. Make sure the left hip is pulling back. Now we exhale to the back of our mat, finding our low lunge. So turn towards your right, bend your right leg, and bring your hands to frame your foot. On your next inhale, right hand reaches high, twist towards your right leg. Then exhale, horizon lunge. Outsides of the feet, hover the hips. Inhale, lift the hips up, finding your twisted lunge. Now exhale to our side plank, hand grabs the right knee. So coming to that left foot in the hand, right hand takes the knee and eventually carries it to the side of the body. Take 1 full round of breath right here. Final inhale. Exhale, carry your right leg to lizard. Bringing that foot all the way forward into the mat. Right hand comes inside of the right foot, left knee comes down. You have 5 breaths here to take whatever variation you did on the first side. Two more breaths. Gently come back to your hands or release your foot if you took a variation. Bring your right foot in close to your right hand and tuck your left toes so the kneecap comes off the mat. Inhale, walk your hands a quarter turn to your left, finding your high skandasana again. So this time we're deeply bending into that right leg. Your torso is still parallel to the floor. Once you feel stable in the lower body, hands come to heart center. 3 full breaths. Final round of breath. Next inhale, warrior 3 to the front. So shift over to your left leg, pivot on that foot, then lift your right leg to 90 degrees. Eventually bring your hands to heart center. Activate the core, keep your drishti. We have the 3 rounds of bending our standing leg. So inhale here. Exhale, left leg bends, right leg stays up. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Final inhale. Fingertips come to the mat. Low lunge as you exhale. Good work. Inhale is our high plank. Exhale, vinyasa. Move through your flow. Once we reach our downward dog, we have 3 big cleansing breaths. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Final one, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Seal the lips, find your Ujjayi breath once more. And on your next inhale, reach your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through between your hands, setting up for crescent lunge. Left heel presses forward, and we inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, warrior 2. Left heel comes to the floor, capital T in the arms. Keep bending nice and deep into that right leg. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, reach your right fingertips up and back. Find that side bend. Now shift your gaze down towards your left foot. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge to the back of the mat. So just keep reaching your right hand to the back. Bring your hands down to frame your left foot. In one movement, inhale, revolved half moon. Right hand stays down. We lift the right leg to 90 degrees as the left fingertips reach high. Holding this for 3 breaths today. Final inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. See if you can bring your hands to heart center right away. As we inhale, we find one-legged Tadasana. Stand all the way up, right knee draws into the chest. Now setting up for our revolved Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana today. Right hand comes to the hip. Left hand grabs either the front of your right knee or the outside of your right foot. If you have the foot, extend the leg. If not, keep the knee right there. From here, right arm might reach back. You might shift your gaze over to the right. 3 full breaths. On your 3rd inhale, bring your gaze back to the front. Then exhale, figure 4. So use your left hand to guide your right foot to your left knee, and then bring your hands to heart center. Make sure your standing leg is bent. Now today, option for an arm balance. So you can either stay here, you can fold forward, bringing your forearms towards your right shin, or you can try flying pigeon. Again, if this is something you don't do, stay right in this figure 4. If you're trying flying pigeon, the hands come to the floor. You bend the elbows like crow. The shin makes contact with the triceps. Right foot hooks on the left tricep, and you shift your weight forward. Wherever you choose to go, hold it for 3 more breaths. If you're in an arm balance, bring your left foot back down. We all inhale to our standing mountain pose again. So torso comes vertical, right knee draws into the chest. And then exhale, right foot to the floor. Just finding your samasthiti here for one breath. Inhale, reach the fingertips high, let the gaze follow. And exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, right leg lifts to 90 degrees as you find a half lift in the upper body. We exhale to low lunge, so right foot lands behind us, left leg bends. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg goes high. As you exhale, open your hips, bend your knee, and flip your dog. So that left foot lands behind you. We lift the hips up nice and high. Take a full round of breath here in this flipped dog. On your next inhale, unwind, left hand to the floor, left leg reaches high. Exhale, running man. So you can bring your left knee to your left tricep, find chaturanga arms, and shift your weight forward. You can also keep your left knee to your left tricep, whatever feels good. One more round of breath. Now on your next inhale, right foot comes down, three-legged dog, again, left leg reaches high. Exhale, fallen triangle. Left leg comes underneath the body to extend in front, and right hand reaches high. From here, see if you can hover your left leg off the mat using your inner thigh strength. So those adductors are working a lot. One more inhale with the leg lifted. Exhale, left leg comes down. You're still in fallen triangle. One more inhale here. Now exhale, just sit the hips down. So we're in that narrow V shape, pointing to the front left corner of your mat. Hands come in front of us, take an inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands forward. You get a lovely break of about 5 breaths, just finding this stretch. Try to keep your legs active here, so you're flexing the feet, quads are strong, spine is lengthening. 3 more breaths. Final breath. On your next inhale, walk your hands back so your torso is upright. We're stepping the left foot to the top of our mat. So bending both legs, left leg crosses over right. Step forward and inhale to lift your right leg to 90 degrees. From here, we're working to airplane today. So keep your left leg strong. Start to lift your fingertips and reach the hands back behind you. Contract the upper back so that you have a lift of the chest. Now, we're transitioning to standing split, but not using the hands for as long as possible. So start to lift your right leg to the sky and keep your left chest arching forward so you're in opposition to your leg. Keep reaching it high, keep tipping. Eventually, bring your fingertips to the floor and fold over the left leg for standing split. Forehead comes towards the shin, right leg is lifting high. Hands are in line with your left foot. Take another full round of breath right here. On your next inhale, bring your right leg to 90 degrees. Fingertips come underneath you to find that kind of long T shape in the body. Now we're finding half moon. So keep the left hand down. Start to open your body towards the right side, working into now external rotation in that bottom leg. Right fingertips reach high, right side stacks over left. Take another full inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Bend your left leg, right foot lands behind you. Inhale, straighten your left leg for our Trikonasana. You can narrow the feet a little if you want. Gazes over those left fingertips. Start to reach the left hand forward, right hip back. On an exhale, tip into your triangle. Keep the right side contracted, left side long. Try to keep your left hand light wherever it is supporting you. One breath. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Torso comes upright, right hand to the right leg. Left fingertips reach up and back. And then exhale, hands come all the way down to the floor, moving into your Vinyasa. So left foot steps back, move through your flow. Once you reach your down dog, take 3 breaths. Take this moment to reset because we get to do all of that on the other side. Yay. One more full round of breath. And on your next inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through between your hands, crescent lunge, right heel presses forward. We inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale is our warrior 2. Right heel to the floor, capital T in those arms. Inhale, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, left fingertips up and back. Shift your gaze down towards your right foot. One more inhale. Now exhale, keep reaching your left hand to the back, find your low lunge. Hands frame the foot. Inhale is our revolved half moon. Shift the weight to the right leg lifts, right fingertips reach high. Keep twisting towards that right side. You've got 3 breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Try to bring the hands to heart center as soon as possible. We inhale to our one-legged Tadasana. So left knee draws into the chest, root down through that right foot. Start to work to your revolved Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Left hand to the hip. Right hand comes to the left knee or grabs the outside of the foot. Extend the leg if you have the foot. Eventually rotating the body towards the left, reaching the left arm back, gazing towards the left as well. 3 breaths. Final inhale. Bring your gaze back forward. We exhale to figure 4. Guide your left foot to your right knee as you bend it, and then bring your hands to heart center. Now you have the same options here. You can keep the torso vertical, you can fold it forward over the leg, or you can work to that flying pigeon. Remember, you have lots of options here. Flying pigeon's not going to be super accessible unless you have that mobility to get the leg close to you. So if it doesn't happen, it is not the end of the world. Wherever we are, you have 2 more breaths. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left knee draws into the chest. Stand all the way up. And exhale, left foot meets the right. Stand on both legs. 1 breath. Inhale, both arms reach high. Let your gaze follow. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, left leg lifts to 90 degrees. Halfway lift in the torso. Now exhale, low lunge, right leg bends, left leg lands behind you. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg lifts high. Open the hips, bend to the knee. Exhale to flip your dog. Right foot comes to the floor, hips lift up, right hand reaches back. 1 full round of breath right here. On your next inhale, unwind, right hand comes to the floor, right leg lifts high. Exhale, running man. Right knee comes towards your right tricep. Find those chaturanga arms and shift your weight forward. Left leg might hover off the floor. 1 round of breath. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Right leg lifts up again. Exhale, fallen triangle. Right leg comes underneath the body. Left arm reaches high. Foot comes to the floor to start. On your next inhale, hover the right leg off the mat. Use those inner thighs, plug the leg back into the hip socket. And inhale here. Exhale, right foot down. Stay in your fallen triangle for another inhale. Exhale, sit the hips down. You have your narrow V to the front right corner of your mat. Hands come in front of you. Inhale, find some lift. And then exhale, walk yourself forward. You have another 5 breaths here. Keep the body active, maybe go a little bit deeper. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, walk your hands back up, bringing your torso upright. Now we exhale to step our right foot to the front. So bend both legs, right foot crosses over the left. Step on that foot and lift your left leg to 90 degrees. Inhale to your airplane. Keep the legs where they are. Start to lift the torso. Fingertips reach back behind you and lift the chest. Now we're taking that same kind of tipping transition here. So keep the chest resisting against the leg. Lift your left leg up a little and tip the whole body down a little. Keep that feeling as you lift the leg, the body tips. See if you can get one more round of the lift and tip. Eventually bring the hands to the floor on an exhale for your standing split. Try to bring your forehead to the knee, lift that left heel high. You've got a couple breaths. Final round of breath. On your next inhale, walk the fingertips slightly forward. Find that lift of the chest, leg comes to 90 degrees. Now we open to our half moon. So right hand stays on the floor. Start to open the hips to stack left side over right. Left fingertips reach high. Try to keep light in those right fingertips. You've got one more inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Bend your right leg. Left leg lands behind you, capital T in the arms. Straighten that right leg. You might narrow the feet a little for your triangle. Inhale, reach the right fingertips forward, left hip back, and then exhale, tip into your Trikonasana. Keep the right fingertips light on the floor. Keep the left side contracted and right side long. You've got 2 more breaths. Inhale, reverse your triangle, move through upright to bring your left hand to your left leg, right fingertips reach up and back. And then exhale, hands come all the way down to the floor to frame your right foot. We inhale to our high plank, and we exhale to our Vinyasa. Last Vinyasa of your practice. Good work, you guys. Now from our downward dog, we're jumping through to a seat. So bring your gaze forward, bend your knees, and hop your legs through your hands as you sit down. We can always discuss that transition after class if you have questions. So we'll work into Paschimottanasana from here. So flex those feet, draw the legs together. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. And then exhale, reach past your feet into your stretch. Today you can keep this active or passive. If you need a little break after that flow, feel free to just relax over the legs. If you want to keep the activity going, use the arms to pull you forward, activate the core, keep the spine long. You've got about 3 more breaths. Now staying in your forward fold, reach your right hand for the outside of your left foot. As you inhale, we come to dancing Shiva. So the leg comes up as the torso comes upright and the left fingertips reach back behind you. You can gaze towards that left side if you want. Try to keep the right leg really active. 2 breaths. On your next inhale, without changing anything in the left leg and torso, bring your right leg to boat pose. So right knee comes in, hover the foot off the mat, eventually straighten the leg. Notice how you need to lean back a little in opposition to the legs in front of you. 2 breaths here. Inhale, right leg comes back to the mat. Exhale, gently bring your left foot back to the floor. Second round of Paschimottanasana, legs squeeze together. Inhale the fingertips high, and exhale, fold over the legs again. You have about 3 breaths this time around. Final round of breath. Now this time, left hand reaches for the outside of your right foot from your forward fold. We inhale to kick the foot into the hand and bring everything up. So now we're in our dancing Shiva on the other side. Right arm is reaching back behind you, gaze towards that hand. Think about reaching the crown of the head to the ceiling. 1 more round of breath. On your next inhale, it's our boat pose. So shift the weight back a little bit. Left knee draws into the chest, hover the foot, eventually straighten the leg. 2 breaths. Next, inhale, left leg comes back to the floor. Exhale, gently bring your right foot down to meet it. From here, if you need to scoot forward a little, we will lie down. So keeping the legs long, fingertips reach in front of you. Start to articulate through the spine, one vertebra at a time, just making your way to your back, nice and slow. Once you reach your back, take a moment. You can draw your knees into your chest. You can just lay there for a second, whatever you need right now. Now everyone, from wherever you are, bring your feet flat on the mat, bending your legs. We're going to do one round of traditional bridge and then work into some figure four bridges. So your feet come to hip width distance, toes point forward, arms down by the side. On an inhale, lift your hips up, finding length from your knees all the way down to your shoulders. See if you can activate the glutes. Notice if the knees are flaring outward. If they are, use your adductors to pull them back in line with the ankles and toes. Take about 2 more breaths right here. Final inhale. Exhale, gently bring the hips down to the mat and just pause for a moment. You can windshield wiper your legs if you want. You can bring the knees in towards each other, whatever feels good. Now, setting up for our second round, reset the feet, then bring your right ankle to your left thigh. So we'll take a figure four bridge here, focusing on that strength in the left leg. On your next inhale, press the left foot into the floor, lift the hips up. Notice if your right hip is dropping down. If it is, bring it back in line with the left leg. We're holding this for 3 full breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, gently bring the hips down and just bring the legs into the chest for your figure four stretch. So threading your arm through, grab around your left leg and draw the knees in towards you. See if you can keep your tailbone flat on the floor, so that involves lengthening your low back. And keep breathing, you've got about 4 breaths here. Final inhale. Now keep the figure four shape in the legs. As you exhale, just bring the left foot back to the floor again. Arms come to a capital T shape now. Take an inhale. Exhale, tip the legs over to the left for our figure four supine twist. So that right foot will plant on the floor. The left hand can grab the front of the right ankle and pull it in a little closer. Maybe you think about pressing your right knee forward a little bit to stretch the outside of the leg. Gaze can go over to the right. Let your eyes close. You're here for about 10 breaths. You've got about 3 more breaths. Bring your gaze back to center and gently bring your legs back to center. Then just extend both legs to the ceiling for a moment for legs up the wall shape. Just let the legs relax. Notice kind of the asymmetry in them right now. We've done a lot of stuff on one side of the body and nothing on the other yet. So just kind of notice how that feels. Take another round of breath right here. From here, let both feet come back to the floor. And we'll set up for our figure four on the other side. So first we start with our bridge. So arms come down by the side of the body. Right foot plants nice and strong. Left ankle comes to that right thigh. Once your legs are placed, on an inhale, lift those hips up. This time be aware of that left hip. If it's dropping down or tipping, then try to bring it back in line with the right leg. You've got 3 breaths. Final inhale. Exhale, gently bring the hips down to the floor and then draw the knees into the chest for your figure 4 stretch. The left arm will thread through, grab somewhere on your right leg, and take about 5 or so breaths here. Final round of breath. Last inhale all together. And exhale, release the legs, bring your right foot to the floor. We're still in our figure 4 shape and our arms come to our capital T. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, legs tip over to the right for our figure 4 supine on this side. So right hand can grab the front of the left ankle, maybe draw it in a little closer, maybe the left knee presses away from you, maybe your gaze shifts over to the left. You can let your eyes close again. You've got another 10 breaths here. Couple more breaths. Now bring your gaze back to center and then your legs back to center. Allow the legs to extend to the ceiling again, holding legs up the wall for a little longer this time. The arms can be at whatever angle you'd like. Try to make your legs feel as weightless as possible. There might be a slight bend in the legs. They might be a little closer to you, especially if you feel your hips engaging. Let your eyes close. Just imagine your legs are kind of floating underwater, so they're totally weightless. If they sway a little bit, that's okay. Just take about 10 breaths here. Now, keeping your eyes closed and maintaining this sense of calm that you find in this legs up the wall, gently let your legs bend and let them slide onto the floor for your Shavasana. Continuing that sense of relaxation, allow your mind to clear. Let your breath find its natural rhythm. The forehead and eyebrows relax. The eyes fall back into the socket. The jaw unclenches and the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. In that same way, work your way down your entire body, letting every part of you relax. And just enjoy this Shavasana for the next 3 minutes. If you're feeling ready to start waking up from this Shavasana, you can start by deepening your breath. Maybe start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe let the head rock side to side. If it feels good, you might reach your arms back behind you in a good morning stretch, from your fingers down to your toes. And then gently draw your knees into your chest. And however it feels good, just make your way to a seat, keeping your eyes closed and your focus internal. Once you reach your seat, bring your hands to heart center and allow your chin to bow. Just take a moment to thank yourself for doing something good for your mind and body for an hour out of your morning. The light within me meets, greets, and honors the light within you. Good job keeping up with this flow today. Namaste. Great job, you guys. That was a very hard